Hello, this is Qingyu, a second-year PhD student supervised by Professor Xiaojuan. I'm glad to share the paper, Understanding and Modeling Viewers' First Impressions with Images in Online Medical Crowdfunding Campaigns. Online medical crowdfunding campaigns provide the opportunity for patients to seek financial support from the Internet. A fundraiser could initiate a campaign on online medical crowdfunding platforms such as GoFundMe, Zhou, then share it on social media platforms. Previous studies suggest that viewers' perceived first impressions determine the initial interest in the campaign and could affect their subsequent behaviors. For example, proper first impressions of online medical crowdfunding campaigns would encourage viewers to explore more facts about the campaign by clicking the link, and viewers might further consider donating. Literature suggests that in online medical crowdfunding campaigns, proper first impressions could stimulate viewers' feelings of empathy, credibility, justice, impact, and attractiveness. Image is powerful in building first impressions and influencing subsequent behaviors, and has been investigated in multiple domains, such as advertisements websites. Although the platforms acknowledge the importance of the image, there exist limited guidelines for choosing medical campaign images. Fundraisers are encouraged to select high-quality images, but what makes a high-quality image is unclear. Fundraisers often have to anticipate viewers' perception of the choice of photos based on their limited experience, while the impressions they try to manifest may not match the expectations of potential donors. Perhaps a promising solution is to model viewers' first impressions given a medical crowdfunding campaign image. To achieve this goal, we first need to understand the role of an image in the online medical crowdfunding campaign, including whether viewers can form consistent first impressions and donation intentions given an image, and the correlation between viewers' first impressions and donation intention. Then, we seek answers for the correlations between visual features and viewers' first impressions. Finally, we attempt to model viewers' first impressions of medical crowdfunding campaign images with visual features. This work contributes to a deeper understanding of the role of image in online medical crowdfunding campaigns, and presents how to model the first impressions of these images. I will present our work in this order. We set the GoFundMe website to query campaign images. We filter campaigns with several criteria and randomly sample 450 images for annotation and analysis. We crowdsource viewers' first impressions and donation intentions given the sample images on the OMCC platform. Crowd workers first view an image for 5 seconds. Then, the image disappears, and crowd workers read the first impressions and donation intention given that image. A higher rating score stands for a higher level of impressions or donation intentions. Crowd workers also explain their ratings at the end of the questionnaire. Eventually, each image is annotated by 5 different crowd workers. We average the rating scores from 5 crowd workers to reduce the possible effect of individual rating preference. Our image features include content-based features, color-based features, texture-based features, and composition-based features. We evaluate the consistency of ratings with intra-class correlation. We further conduct a regression analysis to understand the correlations between the first impressions and the perceived donation intention. We calculate the Spearman correlation between each feature and the first impression ratings to explore the correlation between visual features and first impressions. We then predict whether the average rating of an image from 5 crowd workers is greater than the average rating of 4 images on each dimension of first impressions. We try a series of classifiers for this task. We train and evaluate classifiers for different first impressions separately. We evaluate the model performance by standard classification metrics on the test set. Next, I will present the main findings. First, the intra-class correlations are greater than 0.6 for all dimensions of first impressions and donation intentions. This indicates viewers can form consistent first impressions and donation intention given the images. We also observe that all perceived first impressions are positively correlated with viewers' donation intentions, although the perceived justice through an image might not be a powerful predictor of donation intention. Overall, These findings show the importance of image for the online medical crowdfunding campaign. We find that all 4 feature sets significantly correlate with first impressions. Over half of the content-based features correlate significantly with first impression ratings. This indicates the content of medical campaign images is closely related to the perceived first impressions. Our models outperformed a random guess baseline, indicating the first impressions of medical campaign images can be predicted, and the random forest model achieves the highest F1 score. The random forest model also obtains reasonable performance on our prediction dimensions. Here are some success and failure cases predicted by the random forest model. The left 2 are successfully predicted cases, while the right 2 are failure examples. Figure C receives low rating scores, but the model predicts it as high on 3 dimensions. A possible reason might be images like the leftmost figure, with a large area of category pixels, often receiving high ratings for first impressions. Our model may not fully understand the mutual relationship between features. Figure D shows another failure case. Although cloud workers rate high scores for this image, the model predicts all dimensions as low. A possible reason is that some visual features, like text, are not included in the feature set. We can introduce more relevant visual features and include more annotation data to increase their performance. A potential application of our work is a feedback system integrated with the online medical crowdfunding platforms, so that fundraisers can know viewers' first impressions beforehand. We can also integrate other content features of medical campaigns, such as the campaign title, and consider the first impressions conveyed from multiple images to predict viewers' first impressions more accurately, and generalize our work to other platforms. This work contains several limitations. First, all the annotated images and cloud workers are from the US. We could explore the cultural differences in the future. Moreover, the statistical correlation does not necessarily imply causality. We can conduct causal experiments to examine whether causal effects exist. In summary, this work demonstrates the importance of images for online medical crowdfunding campaigns. Viewers can form consistent first impressions given online medical crowdfunding campaign images, and the first impressions can be computationally modeled. Thank you for listening.